Stephanie White was introduced as the Indianapolis Fever. Y'all know how I love saying Indianapolis. The Indiana Fever head coach, Stephanie White. She was introduced today. She had a lot of glowing remarks to say. Kaitlyn Clark was in the building. I'm going to just play this clip right now. This is what she had to say about Kaitlyn and Aliyah and growing with the team.
And excited. I'm so humbled, so thankful, grateful, and excited to lead this franchise and taking it to another level. You know, you've got incredibly talented players right here in Kaitlyn and Aliyah and Lexi, a team that was incredibly fun to watch, very tough to game plan against. So I'm glad I'm going to get to work with you guys, with you ladies, instead of having to think about how to stop you. The future is so bright, and our ultimate goal is to hang another banner in the field house. And our ultimate goal is to come back in here after we win that championship and celebrate again like we did in 2012. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. Really excited, really looking forward to this, and can't wait to get started.
So there were a lot of smiles, a lot of admiration, a lot of excitement for the new head coach of the Indianapolis Fever.
Look at that.
And I know it's Indiana. Of the Indiana Fever and Stephanie White. Here she is pictured with Aliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Kaitlyn Clark. All three of them were in attendance for her press conference. That is very telling for the fact that they were there in the building. No, she didn't say Kelsey and what's good, King. She didn't mention Kelsey. Because why? Aliyah, Lexi, and Kaitlyn were in the building for her press conference. She had a lot to say about this team. Kelly Kroskoff had a lot to say about Stephanie White. There's a lot of excitement in the building. I'll read this one quote that I thought was really glowing. So Kelly Kroskoff in her opening statement said this about Stephanie White. She is basketball royalty in the state of Indiana, and for me, it was about bringing in a proven leader. So the fact that she said that, it made me think about Christy Sides, which she also brought up. And she talked about how Christy Sides did the job and she left it in better hands than she was given. And she said she was thankful for that moment. And there was a lot, she said. Essentially, Jordan, she was saying what I thought. The timeline has been accelerated for the Indiana Fever.
Yep.
And for me, that means they want to win a championship in the next 2 to 3 years. So when she talked about also bringing in veteran players to fit around this team, and then Stephanie, there was a lot. There was a lot in this press conference. Stephanie White talked about how she wants to play more up tempo.
Yeah,
she doesn't care if they hit. Not that she doesn't care, but she wants them to reach a higher defensive level. She doesn't need them to be the best defense in the league, but she needs them to just get marginally better.
Yes.
She talked about Kelly Kroskoff. She talked about bringing in veterans. She likes having veterans around the team. She gave a lot of similarities to Tamika Catchings and Kaitlyn Clark for the simple fact that they're both the focal points of this team. She called both of them, Aliyah Boston and Kaitlyn Clark, highly intellectual players, and they're really looking. This is looking like I asked the question: do you see them being contenders in the next? I already said it. I already know that they think in championship in the next 2 to 3 years. I don't know about 5-6 years on your timeline, but they're looking to get a deep playoff run soon.
I think they could compete for a championship, not this coming year, but the year after. They still need to add maybe a couple more pieces, especially on the defensive end. I thought people have said before they need more vets. I mean that'd be nice as well. I mean everybody's got an extra year under their belt. Kaitlyn's going into her second year, and I think she towards the end of the year, after the All-Star break, her and the rest of the team really started to gel together. So I think they're going to do really well this coming year. I see them making it to the second round of the playoffs. I think Stephanie White's going to do a great job. Christy Sides, just like her tweet, just like her post said, she left it in a better spot than when she found it. I mean, she found it at 13 wins. They won 20 this year. I mean, yep. I could see the Fever winning 25 plus games this coming year and doing really well.
So this is also where Kelly Kroskoff. There's a lot. So and make sure everybody on TikTok double tap the screen. We got 13 of y'all. We had 17. Let's see if we can get some more. The only problem is after a new CBA next season is going to result in super teams with jumping salaries. I appreciate the legs, Jordan.
Pressure situations.
That's all you had to say.
I watched her as a player. I want to talk first just about why she's here and why she's a perfect choice for us. couple of things. First of all, she's basketball royalty in the state of Indiana. Let's just start there. But for me, it was really about bringing a proven leader,
Mm.
somebody who has great experience in tough moments, great experience in playoff moments, in high pressure situations. I watched her as a player. I watched her as a coach. She knows how to take those moments and never get too high, never get too low. Just a high basketball intellect. The way that she communicates with her players is very impressive. I feel fortunate, really, that we're sitting here and that we have this chance to, at this pivotal time, to really go back to work and finish some unfinished business that we had from 2015 when we left that one hanging. But super happy to be here, and I want to say welcome to her family. Her mother and two sisters are here. Say welcome to our players. We have Aliyah Boston and Kaitlyn Clark and Lexi Hull here. Very happy to see you guys. And then I want to pass it over to Amber Cox. You guys haven't formally met her, our new COO GM.
I'm gonna just pause it right there. So I love the fact that Kaitlyn was there, Aliyah was there, Lexi was there,
Right.
in attendance. I mean, obviously they didn't have to go. They didn't have to go at all. But the fact that they were in the building and they kind of spoke. I mean, they kind of met their new coach. It was just awesome to see that, and like they're really supporting this franchise, and they're growing something in Indiana. Mike said this: the Fever will get 28 wins with the schedule and new coach. Free agent plus draft will give them 30 plus wins. We'll see. If they win 8 more games than they did the previous season, that's an amazing improvement.
That'd be incredible because that'd be a 15-win jump in 2 years, more than doubling their wins in 2023. I think that's the Fever core. I think that's what the Fever think their core is, which is Aliyah Boston, Lexi Hall, and of course Kaitlyn Clark. And it's a pretty good core. I think that I think they're all gonna make a big jump next year. All three of them as players individually. It'd be really cool to see her play up tempo because I feel like Stephanie White is able to really extract all the potential of whatever team she's coaching, which is just that'd be great because I mean last year she took that Connecticut team as far as it was gonna go. Like
she did it the second time too.
Dude, she took them 5 games against that great Minnesota Lynx team. That's as far as they were going, man. And she I think she'll be able to do that for the Fever also.
I think they refer to the core as CC, Aliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. I think what Jordan's trying to say is that Lexi Hull's a little bit younger and she'll be there longer than Kelsey Mitchell will be, which is why he's calling her the core. But yes, I kind of disagree. I think obviously Kelsey Mitchell is more important. But I understand what you're saying when you say the core. Like the three of them aren't going anywhere.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm looking into this a little bit, but I wonder if this is a foreshadowing of the eventual move of Kelsey Mitchell. That's why she's not there.
Well, you know what she's playing overseas. She's in China right now. Kelsey Mitchell's playing.
Yeah, I know, but this is who they intend the core to be, in my estimation.
So Tracy said she confirmed that they're getting rid of Smith. I was on the conference and they didn't say anything about trading Melissa Smith at all. Like I was literally sitting in. They didn't say anything about getting rid of Melissa. So I don't know. What they did say though is they want to bring in, and this is interesting. So she talked about having Tamika Catchings, and what Kelly Kroskoff said is they want to bring in more veteran players around this team. They're in a win now mode, and I've been saying this for a minute. As soon as I realized they fired Chrissy Sides, I said they're trying to win now, like tomorrow, as of next season. So they want to bring. So you can expect the Tina Charles to be courted by the Indiana Fever. You can like I've been saying since almost 6 months now. You can expect the Neko Gumake to get courted by the Indiana Fever.
Right.
You can expect anyone, Natasha Cloud, and I'm not going to put Natisha Heidemann. Any one of these veteran players that are looking to win that they can get on a good deal. This is another thing that Kelly Kroskoff had to say. And appreciate the likes, y'all. We have 600. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. And then let's see if we get to 2,000. Appreciate y'all. Another thing that Kelly Kroskoff had to say was that they want to have the ability to bring in more players that can – this is Stephanie White – that can complement their players, right? So instead of having like the 15 best players in the WNBA assemble on one team, she said this quote, connected teams win. And she genuinely believes that connected teams win. And what she means by that is just having teams that actually fit pieces versus just having an assembly of talent. That's essentially the bigger issue or bigger question. The hate for Nalissa Smith is crazy. Definitely win now, so Smith is gone. I don't honestly think that. I mean, we'll see, but we'll have to honestly see. Still think the next season. So, better question, Jordan. What do you think next season's expectations are? Because June Doll, and shout out to June Doll in the UK. Next season's expectation is too high. What do you feel like the expectations are?
I think the expectation is the second round of the playoffs.
Second round of the playoffs. Do you think that that's what they're thinking? Damn, I wish somebody. I would have. I didn't get the chance to ask that question, but I wish I would have had that.
Is that what I mean? I mean, they're probably. I mean, they're probably thinking championship. I mean, I'm assuming. I'm assuming they always think, that. I mean, these are all talented players, and a organization that's looking towards championship. I mean, they probably assume that they'll compete for a championship. My expectations for them is I expect them to make it to the second round of the playoffs, given that Kaitlyn's in her second year and they're a super talented team with a really good coach. I see them in the second round. Also, Vegas got a little bit worse. I mean, we're gonna get to this in a second with Tyler Marsh, leaving, but I mean that's 2 assistant coaches now that the Vegas Aces have lost. They've lost the Valkyries Kase, and now they've lost Marsh also. So that bench is getting a little bit thin for Becky Hammon over there. So I mean, effectively, I expect them to kind of take a step back, and I expect the Fever to fill that, top 4 spot.
Yeah, and the thing is, I expect with this Indiana team, this is a lot. So she, again, even with Christy Sides getting fired, or losing her job rather,
yeah,
it wasn't like Kelly Kroskoff was upset. She just, like I told you, when a GM gets hired, when a president gets hired, they're going to want to hire their own GM, their own coach. They're going to want to do things their own way and lose with their own style of play, right?
Yeah.
She dismissed Christy Sides because she felt like, honestly, Stephanie White could get the job done. And she just wants to see how this team progresses under White. The Indiana Fever, they outplayed expectations by getting into the playoffs. Even though Kaitlyn was saying playoffs, and everybody was expecting it, when they were 1-7, people outside of myself, most people, I was thinking they're still going to get there, but most people weren't thinking that they were going to do anything, right?
Right.
Now they got there. They got to the playoffs. They have a rookie that's playing on a level she's not even all. She's playing like nobody's ever played in the WNBA ever. Offensively, there's never been a guard. I'm going to repeat it. Offensively, there has never been a guard that has played at this high of a level in WNBA history. And President Kelly, she understands that. And she's like, shit, we need to maximize this now. Because who knows what could happen in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Let's win right now. And this is one of the things that I loved what she had said. So, now I think I'm going to ask you this, Jordan. So she said that similar to Tyrese Halliburton, because obviously Kelly Kroskoff was working with the Indiana Pacers.
With the Pacers, yeah.
She said that Kaitlyn and Tyrese are very similar because they can both elevate a team.
Right.
Who would you rather have for the next 2 years? I'm going to say 2 years. Kaitlyn Clark or Tyrese Halliburton?
I would rather have. I think I'd rather have Kaitlyn Clark.
I would rather have Clark too.
I'd rather have Kaitlyn Clark. That's
and this is crazy, right? Because I'm like, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, President Kelly, and she's being genuine and she's being nice. But I'm like, Clark is playing at a level Halliburton has never played on, and it's not like Halliburton. I think if y'all know me, y'all know I think Tyrese Halliburton is. I think we had this debate. I think he was better than John Morant, and I still will kind of lean Halliburton over Morant, even though I like Morant. But
that's okay.
It's true. I mean, you tell me what we could get into that debate later. But you tell me what Ja does better than Tyrese. Honestly,
all of
them. I mean, one of them who just made the Olympic team. Okay,
because.
Just keep that in mind.
What an interest. Okay.
I mean, look, we can pull up the stats.
The nadir of someone's career and the peak of someone else's career. All right.
John Tyrese. We've done this though. We've done this. But what I'm also trying to say is that they have the best point guard in the game of basketball.
Yes.
In their backyard in Kaitlyn.
Yes.
And the fact that they have Kaitlyn there, they're trying to just maximize the amount of talent that's around her, bring in veterans. I have no clue what they're thinking of. This is the other thing I wanted to think of. Who are the other candidates if they weren't able to get White? That's the question that
that's
they would have never answered. She would have never answered that question.
That's a great question. I also think one other point to bring up about kind of the Vegas Aces I think are going to take a step back this year. But you just took Stephanie White off the Connecticut Sun, and that's another team that finished ahead of the Fever as well this year. So, now you have like two teams that are going to be a little bit weaker. Also, both of those teams get a little bit older because they were already a little bit older than the Fever anyway. So I could see them, that's another step, I can see them jumping up for as well.
Yeah, they're gonna be great. And just the fact that this is the other thing I liked hearing from Stephanie White. So she spoke about they want to play up tempo, but they also want to have structure in the half court. That was something that she stressed. They want to have structure in the half court, and they also want to play more creatively when they're in the half court. She's looking forward. She like the amount of praise that she gave Kaitlyn, Aliyah, and Lexi. So she called Kaitlyn, obviously, and she called Aliyah this too. She actually called Aliyah. This is Kelly Krauskopf. She said Aliyah is one of the most smartest players or highly intellectual players in the game. Yeah. And Kaitlyn Clark is there. Stephanie White said the fact that we have one of the cornerstone point guard and the cornerstone center, we have everything that we need, and then we just need to fill it out around them. Mm-hmm. I mean, like there was just this picture got so much aura. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the likes, y'all. Double tap the screen. Let's see if we can get more. But they're like that press conference was really that was just I felt like it was just like a turning of a page, like from the Christy Sides phase of the Indiana Fever to the I'm not gonna say more professional, but just like it just seems like they're on their shit. Like they're like on their shit now. Yeah. They're trying to be on their shit. Like I don't know how to put this in better words, honestly, y'all. But like they're just trying to be on top of their game.
I know what you mean, and I think it's kind of like emblematic of like, I mean, we had so many coaching vacancies like last week that every single team is trying to improve their situation. Every single team thinks that they could kind of I mean, I don't want to say like fix everything, but everyone's like trying as hard as they can now. And it's great that, I mean, like you have Kaitlyn Clark, this gigantic superstar on the most popular team, and you have and now you have a organization that gets that, and they're trying to go all in. This is literally perfect. This is literally great. Yeah. This is what we want.
I want to read this. 0-12 in the playoff. I'm gonna read some of these comments. 0-12 in the playoffs is crazy work. Edits. Who are you talking about? 25, 12, and 8. If that's her stat line next season, 25, 12, and 8, she's an MVP. She'll win MVP. If she averages 25, 12, and 8, that's an MVP candidate. And if she's able to do that in her second year, talking about Kaitlyn Clark, that's crazy. If she puts up 25, 12, and 8, y'all heard it first, she's winning MVP. I'm telling you right now. If she puts up a double-double with 25 and 12, she's going to win MVP. And 8 assists, she's winning MVP for sure.
Yeah.
King, we're going to talk about Juju soon, I promise you. See, I love CC, but please stop. If the threes aren't going in, not going to lie, she cost us points in the playoff. I appreciate the likes, y'all. Let me read some of these. Golden Clark, that's a cool nickname. Better defense. CC going to average 12-plus assists. If she does that, that'd be incredible. I'm like, not good. That'd be incredible. Because she's breaking her own record by 4-plus assists. That'd be insane.
Crazy.
About to get y'all player card taken with the Halliburton. I don't know. I mean, I love Ja Morant. Yeah, like let me get back to this right quick because a lot of them are flaming me. I love Ja Morant. I think he's a great player. I'm not taking anything away from Ja Morant. But if you look at most of the numbers lean to Halliburton. And the fact that Tyrese Halliburton has had would you rather have Jaren Jackson Jr. or insert any player from the Indiana Pacers? Yeah, I mean, I would rather have Jaren Jackson Jr. over Pascal. And I like Spicy P. Yeah, I would. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a defensive player of the year candidate every single year, and he could get you 20 and 10. I like Spicy P, but he ain't. I mean, like he's not. He's a good player. He's not.
I don't know, man. I mean, this is a debate for another day, but
yeah, we'll bring that back.
It's kind of widely understood that conference finals run last year was kind of fraudulent.
Yeah, but you say it's fraudulent, but they were still there. And Ja Morant has he been in a conference final? Thank you. That's more of my point, Jordan. That's more of my point.
I think he has, Jambari.
No, he
might
has
wanna
not.
check.
He has not been in a conference finals. No, he has not.
Bro, you beat the Bucks without Giannis, and then you beat the New York Knicks that are literally run to the ground by Tom Thibodeau, and everybody gets injured. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come
Morose.
on, Jambari.
People like style over substance. Katie, thank you. I love the fact that Ja can jump over the moon and do X, Y. Like I love it. Don't get me twisted. But I want to see somebody that plays. He could average 20. If Tyrese averaged 20 assists in a game, which he can, like it would not surprise me. Like he is a great. Y'all are underrating this man. He is a damn. It's because he like playing in snow. They like to underrate him. It's true.
I'm not underrating. I'm not underrating. I'm not underrating Tyrese Halliburton.
That man.
Oh my goodness, this is insane. All right,
It's true. I mean, like a lot of people, especially in my culture, maybe hating on Tyrese because of that. And
I love Tyrese Halliburton. My culture loves him too. Okay, we like I don't know. Chinese people, bro. We love Tyrese Halliburton. Okay, don't even.
Go Lynn will have a 50 ball. I can see her not playing in snow. Bean, I hear you. I heard Cameron talking about that today, so it came to my brain. But it's true. I mean, the man can hoop. So I'll probably will go Halliburton over John. But I mean, I don't even know how we got to that subject. But the point I was trying to say is that Indiana's in a win now mode, and they're looking to make sure that they get this job done. I honestly could see them competing for. I told y'all this on my live a few days ago. I could see them competing for chips in the next 2 to 3 years. I feel like they need to bring in 2-3 more pieces.
Yeah,
and they're right in the thick of it.
Right there.